Evening everyone. I'd like to give you a nice warm welcome to your free live mini readings with myself, my friends, my guides, helpers and inspirers. Good evening to you all. Hope you have all had a lovely weekend. Just messing about with the iPad at the minute. Making sure we're all on. There we go. That was easy. That was quite painless. Normally the volume's on it. Hi Christine. Hi Jackie. Hope you've all had a lovely weekend. Mine was a little bit hectic, a little bit busy. I was quite annoyed yesterday because the times just sort of like went from it just went. The time just went. I thought, well, turned around, it was time to go to bed. It was that bad. Hi Steph. Hi Paula. Hi Alison. Let's wait for a few more to jump on. Hi Dion. Hi Joanne. Hi Julie. It's nice to see so many of you jumping online again. Just been one of them days again today. Back at work tomorrow. Hi, Irene. Hi, Donna. Back to it tomorrow. Back to the land of reality. Hi, Ali. You all right, love? I nearly fell asleep earlier on when I sat here. I heard the music playing and I'm like, oh, I'm going to sleep. Couldn't stop yawning. Shocking or what? Absolutely shocking. I don't know whether any is had a chance to have a look at the video what we posted from last Friday. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Leslie. That's all right, Ali, as long as you're all right, Chuck. Hi, Sandra. Yeah, and one of the videos what we posted from last Friday, it's got a shadow on the top of the ceiling, and I'm looking for people to debunk what it could be. Okay, so if you haven't already had a look, get yourselves on there and have a look and leave your comments. But we got loads and loads of orbs last Friday. It was a canny night. I say so myself, it was all right. Even I can't debunk all the orbs. It was a bit, wasn't it, Ali? But I couldn't get like, you can't say every orb that we took or every picture we caught was dust. That's where we were looking at it, and some of the orbs, one of them was just like flying about, and I mean flying, it looked as though it had flipping wings stuck to it. But yeah, it was all right. So if you haven't already had a look at that, get yourselves on and have a look and see if you can debunk that shadow. There is a shadow going across the top of the ceiling, and we can't seem to work out what it is. So if anybody wants to have a look at it, feel free and leave your comments there. Hi, Lindsay. So for those who haven't been on here before, it's free live mini reading site. They are free and they are totally random. There is no one-to-ones on here. It's totally random, and how it normally starts is I pick your first card, and then after that I ask you to choose a card. Choose the card from 1 to 72 and then put your locations in, and then we'll go from there. So what I do ask you to do as well, if you would like to like it and share it as many times as you can or as many times as you want, it would be absolutely fantastic. So please do that. The other thing I'd like to ask you is as well, if you haven't already, could you go onto my page and just leave a comment on what you think of these live mini readings? If you want to say the crap, put on the crap. If you want to say they're all right, put on they're all right. If you think they're fantastic, put them on. Put it's fantastic. It's just leaving a little bit of recommendations on my page, and it's a two-way stream, all right? Right, without further ado, folks, I'm going to pick this first card out because I think I've talked enough. Right, so here we go. Now, if this card resonates with you, folks, please say yes, and if it doesn't, it's fine, okay? But that's a card I've chosen to start us off while we wait for other people to jump online as well, all right? So everybody see that as a puzzle. So as I look at this, I am going to say there is a bit of confusion here on the earth plane. Hiya, Diane. Lots of confusion into what needs to be done, okay? So in one part of me, my head's telling me one thing and my heart's telling me the other. Hiya, Debbie. And it's like emotional strings are being pulled here. One part of me is the heartstrings and getting pulled left, right, and centre. Hiya, Sarah. And the other part is thinking logically, what can I do? Okay. So there's choices and decisions that need to be made here, but the decisions are really, it's one that you can't make lightly. This is why I'm getting like my heartstrings are pulled on me here. So I need to know where the decision is and what I need to do, okay? I am going to say there's been lots and lots of obstacles and being put in your path, are you, Stacey? Um, and it's like one thing after the other. But this choice that you make, once you've decided which way to go with it, it'll be the best choice you've ever made, okay? That's what I have to say. So let your head rule your heart for a change. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Gail. Let your head rule your heart instead of the other way around. That's what I'm going to say. Because these changes and the confusion there, and people are trying to prevent you or put their two pennies in, and that's what's causing a lot of the confusion. You need to step back, reevaluate the situation, what's going on around you, and then take it from there. But allow your head, your brain, let your brain do the thinking, not your heart, okay? Take the emotional side away from it and start thinking logically, and things will work out as they should be, okay? So don't allow others to influence your decision. It's your decision and your choice. Now, if that makes sense to you, give us a yes down the bottom. If it doesn't, it's fair enough. Hi, Megan. The only other thing is, I'm going to say with this card as well, please, I need the surname, right, of Dobson. Surname of Dobson. I wrote Dobson down earlier on before I switched on. And I've also got a name of Cassie as well. So I don't know whether these two names are going to tie in with this card. I'm not sure. But I do know I need that name Dobson, and I do know I need the name of Cassie. But this is where this is all going to tie in. The month of July also comes in with this card, where these choices, decisions, but let your head rule it, okay? Don't allow anybody else to influence your choice. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Joe. It makes sense. Brilliant. But let your brain do the thinking and don't allow anybody else to make them choices or them decisions for you. Okay, it's your decision and your decision only, and that's what you need to think of. Okay, I do feel as though I've worried myself sick over it. I'm stressing out. Right, you've got family, Catherine and Dobson. Right, Tracy, would you please understand as well, please, the name of Nora? I wrote stuff down here before I switched on. And I've got a surname of O'Brien. I know I've given you the Dobson and the Cassie, but can you understand the Nora and the O'Brien as well, please? I'll just wait for you to give me that answer there. Evening, Katrina. Right, Tracy, I'm just waiting for you to give us a double yes down the bottom if you can understand that for me. Because if you can, I know I've got somebody spirit side of life who's wanting to connect there, and they've been sat here a while as well with me. And where I said I was playing my music earlier on, I just wanted to go to sleep. I couldn't stop yawning, okay? So I am going to say this lady, I have got a lady spirit side of life who's wanting to connect, would have just went in her sleep. She would have just went in her sleep. She just fell asleep, okay? She was really, really tired, she tells me, because she put that feeling on me before I switched the computer on and before we came live. But she said she just went to sleep. Right, yes, on your nana's side, that's brilliant. This lady tells me she just went to sleep and she was ready to go because she was wore out, she tells me. She couldn't have taken a lot more than what she could have. Hiya, Saffron. But yeah, she was just so tired. So Tracy, where she puts the tiredness on me, hiya, Philip. I want to say there's a lot of tiredness here on the earth plane as well. Hiya, Ashley. And it's like whether I've got iron deficiency or I'm lacking in vitamins, there's something going on here on the earth plane, okay, where I'm really, really exhausted and I'm really tired. Hiya, Julie. So if that makes sense, give us a double yes down the bottom. The month of March also comes in, but she also says to me there's been a lot of tears here on the earth plane. Hiya, Linda. Hiya, Pauline. There's a lot of tears, a lot of emotion going on. So I am going to mention where there's been a recent passing because I feel as though there's another energy there that's trying to link in there. That's where I'm. Bless you. That's what I'm feeling there. I'm getting really, really out of breath with this lady as she steps forward there as well, please. There's a few right. Thank you there. There's Tracy saying yes, Julie and Alison are all saying yes there. Right. Where I'm quite emotional here on the earth plane, I do believe there's been a recent passing because I'm aware of that energy, but I'm only touching upon that energy. But I feel as though it's to do with a gentleman, spirit side of life. I keep wanting to do this with my face as if I've got an oxygen mask or something going up my nose. If that makes sense, give me 3 yeses, please, because that's what I feel. Okay, that's the impression I'm feeling. Not being told it, it's what I feel. And I do believe it's a gentleman there. Not so much for the lady. The lady stepped back slightly, but the gentleman's there, okay? And I feel as though whether I've got a breathing mask on or something going up my nose. And that's how I feel, okay? If it makes sense, give me a double yes down the bottom. If it doesn't, that's fair enough. Right, Julie, you're on oxygen. Tracy, you're saying yes last week. I need to know, please, ladies. Yes to the gentleman. That's what I need to know. Okay. So give me 2 yeses for the gentleman. Give me 2 yeses for the gentleman. Okay. Right. Thank you, Tracy. I am going to say this gentleman. Again, I feel so tired with him. So tired. And it was his time to go as well. He tells me it was his time. Okay. It was his time. And as much as people didn't want him to go, it's like a relief that he did, because I believe this gentleman would have suffered before he passed. Okay. God, my eyes are going funny. Are you, Lynn? No, Julie, it's a recent passing I need. And I believe it's Tracy I'm talking to there, my lovely. So please keep listening. So this gentleman, he tells me it was his time to go. As much as people didn't want him to go, he had to go. Because I do believe he went through the mill before he passed spirit side of life. And again, like I said, it's just a feeling he puts on me. Okay. 1953 must mean something as well to you, Tracy, whether it's a birth date or a memorial date, I don't know, but I also wrote 1953 down as well, okay? He talks about as well, or he puts a feeling on me where I've got lots of troubles with both my kneecaps. And again, as I'm talking to him and he comes in further there, my focus is going right out of focus. And I believe when this gentleman passed spirit side of life, he was by himself, and he's saying people were asking, get it right, wait a bit. I believe people have said, I wonder if he knew, because I feel as though either somebody didn't get there in time and they're beating themselves up over it, but somebody must have said, I wonder if he could still hear us, okay? Because at one point he's coming in, he's showing me, he's saying he's out of focus, he couldn't see what was happening to him, or he didn't see, okay? And that's how I feel. So whether I'm going to be confused with this gentleman, I don't know, but that's the impression and the feeling I'm getting off him, okay? So that's what I have to bring forward. I'm also going to mention October month as well to you, please. I want October month really, there goes my mouth, really significant. Hiya, Beverly. And I know the name of Mary is really a common name. I know that, but I have to mention Mary to you as well. There's a connection with Cornwall. Whether I've got memories there, I don't know, but that's where I feel as though I need to mention as well. So I'm going to bring his love. And I'm going to say to you, he's there on the other side. He was met by his family members and he's perfectly okay. He's healing, okay? He's healing, but he doesn't want everybody to still feel sad. Don't feel sad, okay? And I'm rubbing my hands here because I feel as though somebody suffers with a cold, terrible. Somebody suffers with a cold, terrible with their hands, and I'm rubbing them to keep them warm, and that's what he brings in. So, but I have to bring the love from spirit side of life in and around you, and saying, don't be sad no more, okay? Don't be sad. He's okay. That's what I have to bring forward. and that's what I feel as though I need to say. I've got a connection as well there, please, and I don't know whether I've got memories right. Bless you. I've got it right. I don't know why I have to mention this, Tracy, but I'm just going to say it anyway. I need to know, or I'm going to tell you about the belly park. What's to do with the belly park? There's a memory where belly park is and butchers. That's what he brings in. So that's what I'm going to leave you with. So if that makes sense to you, give us 3 yeses. If it doesn't, say, Irene, I haven't got a clue what you're talking about belly park for. But that's what he brings in. But he talks about where the tiredness is and the vitamin D's and all the likes of that. He's saying, get yourself checked out, girl. Get yourself checked out. Don't let it slide. All right, don't let it slide past. Get it sorted. And you'll be all right, he tells me. You'll be all right. So I'm going to leave all of this gentleman's love and this lady's love with you. And I want to say God bless and thank you very, very much for giving me that confirmation there. Right, folks, your turn now. Start. I can see you're still liking and sharing. There's loads of them going up, but keep doing it for me, will you, please? Start putting in your numbers 1 to 72. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, put your locations in. And keep liking and sharing it. Put your numbers in as well as you put your location in, and then we'll go again. All right. So while you're doing that, I'll start picking a card out and counting where we need to be. I love when you're all putting extra numbers in now. You're getting a bit cheeky. Right. People will come on shortly and say, how come everybody's putting more numbers in? But you only get to pick one, you know. It doesn't matter which one. Right. I've got a connection with Wales here. There's something to do with Wales. I don't know whether I want the whales in the water or the whales of Wales. I don't know. I know I have to write Wales down. And I know I've got somebody coming in who would have had memories of Wales. And I know I'm saying Wales, but I believe where we going? Debbie, you're saying yes to the Wales. Right. Tracy Sutherland, you put Savannah Dawson, Shell Pearson, you said yes. Right, you can take the Wales, Lucy. Right. Keep liking and sharing it, folks. I just know I've got that connection now with Wales at the minute. I don't know where I'm going with the Wales, whether I'm going to go. I want a connection, whether I've got family members there, and I need to go back and rekindle them family, because I feel as though there's a massive, massive gap where Wales is, and there shouldn't be that distance. There's a few years there acknowledging the Wales connection. Aberystwyth. I can't even say it. Aberystwyth. If that makes sense, Aberystwyth. I don't even know if that's Wales or whether I'm saying it right, but I do know I've got a lady there who links in Aberystwyth. I can't say it now. Aberystwyth. That's what I'm saying. So listen up, folks, all those who are acknowledging. But this lady who connects from Spirit Side Life, she brings in them memories and she talks about where there's family, where it's not as strong as what it should be. So I need to bring that connection back in. This lady does come in on that motherly vibration, and that's the only way I can describe her. She comes in on that motherly vibration. Right, now I'm looking at the names there. I don't know where I'm going with it. I haven't got a clue where I'm going. Right, who's 31? Who chose 31? There's a card I chose. So I'm going to go to the card, and all the time I'm talking, I'm just going to say the name anyway. I need a connection with the name of Joyce. So I believe Joyce is Spirit Side of Life. That's the name I'm after. The name Joyce, Spirit Side of Life. So if you can understand the lady, Spirit Side of Life, with the Wales connection and the name of Joyce, give me 2 yeses down the bottom, please. And it's number 31 I wanted. So while I'm waiting for that confirmation down the bottom there, Lucy, you're saying your mother, right? And Debbie, you're saying yes to me. I want 2 yeses. I need 2 yeses. Okay, so the number 31, Gail Marshall, you've got it, right. Right. I need the name of Joyce. If you can understand Joyce, give me 2 yeses. I need to try and narrow this down. I need 2 yeses for the name of Joyce, please. Right, Alison, you're saying yes to your Auntie Joyce. Spirit Side of Life. I want her upstairs, not downstairs, okay? She's upstairs. So while I'm waiting for that, just bear with me, because I'm still getting a few yeses there. Just bear with me. I'm going to come to the card, okay? And I am going to say where the card is. I want new beginnings. I want new doors opening, and I need new adventures in my life. Them doors are about to open within the next 4 to 8 weeks. Okay, there's going to be lots of changes, lots and lots of changes. If you're not already in a relationship, I'm going to bring a relationship in. Okay, so whether it's just a friendship, right. I need a new partnership, okay, a new relationship here. So there's one coming in, all right? If you're not aware of it, just remember I've said it. Obviously, you're not aware of it because I'm just bringing it in, Anna. I don't know what I'm talking about now. This lady's Spirit Side of Life, when she passed, she would have been a little bit confused, and there's lots of confusion here as well on the earth plane. I can see you commenting there, Gail, thank you. Would you understand where the confusion would be? And I'm not saying this lady had dementia or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm a little bit confused because I'm overly tired, I'm totally stressed out, and sometimes I just get waylaid, I get sidetracked, and I forget what I'm doing, and that's how I feel as this lady comes in, okay? But I am going to say there are new beginnings and new doors opening there. Big changes are on the way, and you've got to go through them doors, because I feel as though where a daughter or a daughter-in-law is concerned, I feel as though she's been holding back, but she needs to push herself forward. She needs to push herself forward and go for what she believes in. If that makes sense to you, give us 3 yeses down the bottom. The month of March, April, and May come in. All 3 months come in there. And the name of Betty comes in. Okay. And then I want Betty Spirit Side of Life with Joyce. But I do know I'm getting connections back over to Wales. So I believe once all this COVID-19 stuff's over and done with, we are going back to Wales. I can see log cabins here. So whether somebody's been talking about a retreat or going away for a couple of days in this cabin, that's what I see. That's what she brings forward. But she talks about the changes. Don't be frightened to go through the doors. Don't be frightened to embrace the changes. And that's what I'm going to say to you. The name Matthew also comes in. I need the name of Matthew. Matthew here on the earth plane, not spirit side. Matthew here on the earth plane, okay? So that's what I'm going to say to you. Oh, God, I'm out of breath here. She comes in fast and furious, this lady. She tells me she would have passed really, really quickly, spirit side of life. She didn't get a chance to say half of what she wanted to say, because if she did, she'd have put the world to rights, she tells me, because that's the type of person she would have been. She would have told you exactly how it was, and she wouldn't have minced her words. And that's what I'm saying here on the earth plane. There's something going on around you where you need to put people right and stop allowing them to walk all over you. Because she's saying that's been the case for a couple of weeks now, or the last month or so. She's saying where people have just been taken advantage, and you need to sort it out. If that makes sense, give us 3 yeses down the bottom there. But I definitely need that name of Matthew. I need the name of Matthew. Right, now, before I switched on as well, let's just come back in. Would you understand where there would be a connection with the prisons as well, please? I need a connection with the prisons, whether I'm a prison warden or whether I work there or whether I'm going to clean there. There's a job opportunity where the prisons are. That's what she brings forward. That's what I have to mention. If it makes sense, give us 3 yeses. If it doesn't, say it's a load of shit. I shouldn't have said that, but fell out my god before I had a chance to stop it. But yeah, there's a connection with prisons, okay? So whether there's job opportunities, but the changes are there, go with the changes and stop being so stubborn, all right? So folks, we're going to do it again. Just remember I brought it forward, Lucy. Remember I brought it forward, my lovely. Right, we're going to do it again, folks. Start liking and sharing. You know Matthew as well. So keep liking and sharing it, folks. Start punching them numbers back in again. Your son's called Matthew Allison. It's the prison side of things. There's someday I'm going to get an opportunity where prison's concerned. Just remember I brought that forward. You can take the Matthew too. Right. I want to start counting back over. It might be easier. Right, have you ever tried subtracting backwards and talking at the same time? Because if anybody can do that, please say yes you can. Because it's really, really hard. Just when I'm thinking I'm going to do it easier. Hi, Shishi. Hi, Victoria. Right. I'm counting. Right, I know what it is now. Right, I've got it. It would have been easier, I think, just to count them out. Right, your folks. Hi, Katie. Right, folks. Have you all got your numbers in there? Are you all liking and sharing it? Just stop putting my big head near that iPad and sit still, won't I? You can see my head shaking about. So the number I'm after is number 67. 67 I'm looking for. And I need the name of... Right, hang on. I'm writing this down because I'll forget, you know. I'm looking for Angela. Angela in the living, and I want the number 67. Right, now I don't know whether I'm getting this name right, and I don't know how I can get it wrong, actually. Has anybody chose 67? Because if you haven't, I probably want the age, as well as the number of the card. And I'm looking for Angela. Anybody know Angela here in the living? Hiya, Joe. That's what I'm after. Right, so I'm also after the name of Danny as well. I want Danny as well, the name of Danny. Right, Jackie, you're saying yes to Angie here on the airplane. And I want the name of Danny as well. Right, Cheryl Pearson, you're saying yes. You can take the Angela Allison. Right, so folks. Yes to Angela. Yes, yes. Lindsay, you can take the Danny too. So I want both names there, folks. Both names. I need the name of Angela and the name of Danny. And I want the number 67. That's a card I chose. Right, Cheryl Pearson, you can take both. That's brilliant. So that's a card I chose. And the number 67. Now, it doesn't really matter whether you've chose 67 or not, because, well, it does. The card's 67, but the person I'm talking to, I don't know what I'm on about here, hang on. The person I've got coming in from Spirit Side of Life, he's not going to relate to the card, and I'm saying he, because I know it's a gentleman. That's why I'm saying not the 67, don't about the 67 just now, because that's a card number, okay? I've got a gentleman coming in Spirit Side of Life who wants to connect with both of these names, okay? So this gentleman, I feel more like Dad, because I feel quite warm and loving as Dad comes in. Now, if you can understand where Dad is, Spirit Side of Life, give us a double yes. Sorry, I was getting a notification off Facebook and it covers your comments up down the bottom. I still don't know how to turn them off. I've got a gentleman, Spirit Side of Life. Yeah. And he comes in and he presents as Dad, and I feel more like Dad with him. He comes in with a great deal of love here on the earth plane. He talks about, right, thanks Lindsay, you're out of it then. Danny in the living, hiya Wendy. Angela's dad, yes, yes. Julie Hutchinson, please keep listening. I believe this gentleman deteriorated quite quickly. He was diagnosed, and on diagnosis, he went really, really quickly. He went downhill really, really quickly. That's how I feel as he comes in, okay? And he comes in as Dad, and I know he's Dad because he comes in like this, and he's saying, take my strength, take my energy, because that's what's needed here on the earth plane at the minute. That's how he presents it. He tells me he was quite weak and he deteriorated quite suddenly when he passed through side of life, and he's saying somebody was beating themselves up because they weren't there when he passed, and he's saying it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He knows you were there. He knows you were thinking about him, but it doesn't matter whether you were there or whether you weren't there. March month also comes in. He tells me March month. But he puts a breathing condition on me, so I want to be around my lung area. So whether I've got emphysema type conditions or a cancerous condition, that's how I feel as this gentleman comes in. He tells me he was a bundle of jokes and a bundle of laughs when he was here on the earth plane and when he was well, okay? But he tells me when he got poorly, he could be quite grumpy. And he used to get quite angry, he tells me, but he apologises for that. He's apologising for that. He says he didn't mean it. I know somebody here on the earth plane as well has been sending the thoughts out to this gentleman, and they've been asking him to present and show them something. Okay, he comes in and he talks about a wishing well as well. Somebody's talking about putting a wishing well or something in memorial in place for him. He talks about where he takes me outside into the garden. He said he wasn't a gardener, but he didn't mind sitting out there, he tells me. Okay, he didn't mind sitting out there, and that's how I feel as he comes in there. I either need the name of Richard, and I believe Richard is Spirit Side of Life. That's where I'm going with that. That's how I feel. If that makes sense, give me 3 yeses. If it doesn't, that's fine. But it also puts race courses in front of me as well. So whether this gentleman would have liked the odd bet, but that's how I feel, okay? So that's where I'm bringing forward. So if it makes sense, give us a yes. If it doesn't, that's fine. I'm going to just type hello in there because I think my reel's stuck. I'll get it going again. Push it up one. I'm shouting hello from the other side here. Right, as I've said that, I need the song Adele as well, please. Somebody's been playing Adele. Whether it's my favourite song or that's what I've been asking for. I'm acknowledging the song Adele, okay? Right, folks, there's the card I've chosen. Number 67. Yeah. So while I'm waiting for that response there, here goes with a card with number 67, okay? Move that up. Right, as I look at this, I am going to say I'm going to say there's happier times in front of you, okay? That there's new beginnings and new adventures here. And I know I said that on the previous card, but I feel as though whether I've had concerns where my family is, but things are going to turn out for the better, okay? So there's a lot of sunshine here in this card, and there's lots of sunshine. It's just lighting up, okay? And it's as if to say it's about time, all right? But I do know again with this card, I do know there's been a recent passing with a lady, a mother. Somebody's just recently lost the mother, okay? And I know that as I look at the card, but I do know where my finances are concerned, they're going to start looking up a bit brighter as well, all right? Right, hang on. Where this lady is, spirit side of life as well, please. Again, it's 67 the number. Who chose 67, please? Didn't nobody choose number 67? Because I feel as though where this card is, I can be a bit fiery at times and I'm a little bit etchy as well, okay? So I've been like biting everybody's head off, but I feel as though I've been worried where my money is on my financial side. And this card states, it's saying, don't be worried no more, okay? Things will start to look up. So stop fretting where your money is. But I do know I have got a lady spirit side of life. Your mum was 67. I know I've got a lady there, spirit side of life, who would have been that age. But I know mum's there and I feel quite nauseous and sick as mum comes in. So, Shell, would you understand a cancer condition or somebody here on the earth plane who feels quite sick recently? Right, there's a few years answering to this. But she puts a sickness on me. She makes me feel sick. I believe I've got cancer. That's what I feel as though it is, okay? And if I'm wrong with that, that's my mistake. I don't mind being wrong. But I do know I feel quite nauseous and I feel quite sickly with this lady as she comes in and presents. And I do know there's somebody here on the earth plane that's not eating properly or they're skipping meals and they're missing bits out, okay? But that's how I feel. That's how I feel with her. The name Elizabeth comes in as well. Now, I know Elizabeth is a very familiar name, but I have to mention Elizabeth. But I have been getting a bit angry and a bit spiky at people. But it's only because you care about them, okay? It's only because you care, but you're so worried about everything else, and everything else doesn't really matter. Your health matters more, okay? Your health matters more, and that's what I have to say, and that's what the card says. Um, right, your Nana's Elizabeth's not cancer. Yeah, that's fine. But it feels like a cancer condition, and like I said, I don't mind being wrong, but that's what it feels like. But there's somebody here on the earth plane that's not eating properly or looking after themselves properly, and that's what I have to bring forward because this lady shows some concern where there is. Okay, so she's saying it's time to start looking after yourself. Stop fretting about everything else and put your health first. Everything else can wait. Everything else can wait. Um, April month comes in as well. I'm smiling because the song comes in, showers of blessings. So whether this lady, you need to get there, Victoria. Whether this lady was a Christian or she was a believer, that's a Christian song, that showers of blessings. That's what I have to bring forward, and that's what she brings in there. So don't get too down, all right? Just know that this lady does come in and around quite frequently, actually, and things will start looking up for you, okay? So take this lady's love, and thank you very much for that communication there, my love. Right, folks, start doing it again. Let's punch them in. We'll get a few more going and then see where we're at. Right, I'm looking for Helen. I'm looking for Helen. All I can hear is Ellen or Helen. I need to shout for Helen. Right, where's Ellen? Debbie, you're saying yes to Helen. I need Ellen. I'm looking for Helen. Ellen or Ellen. One of the three. Right. Your mum's name. See, my eyes are going again. I don't know what it is when I come on this computer. My eyes, I just lose all my focus. I can see who's commenting, folks. I'm not ignoring you. I'm too busy counting. But I can see who's commenting. All right, so please don't think I'm ignoring you, because I'm not. It's just really hard to count and talk at the same time. Right, there we go. Right, so number I'm looking for, folks. Have you all got them in? Are we still putting them in? The number I'm putting it down there is number 56. I'm looking for number 56, and I'm looking for Helen. Ellen or Helen I'm after. And I know oh, I want to be up near the Yorkshire Moors, so I've got a connection to Yorkshire again. But I'm up at Yorkshire and I want to be up on the moors, so I know I've got somebody who would have loved to have, or somebody who does it, who goes up on the moors and they go for walks, and they do a lot of walking and hill walking. That's where I'm being taken there, and that's where I'm being shown. Okay. I've got memories as well. No, we'll keep hold of that one for a minute. Right, Debbie Ashaw saying yes. Is that yes to Helen and yes to the Yorkshire Moors and the walking? If it is, give me 3 yeses. That's what I'm after. And the number, oh, is it the number you're after? And the number 56. That's a card I've chosen, folks. Okay, the number 56. Now, as I look at that card, I believe, right, now I'm just going to reel it off where I see on the card and what my gut instinct tells me, because this is, oh my Lord. Oh, right. So where I'm going with this, I know I've got a gentleman spirit side of life, okay? I know I've got a gentleman. And I believe he comes in on a grandfatherly vibration. That's where I feel as I need to be. I know the name George is a very familiar name, but that name George keeps coming through, so I have to mention the name of George, okay? And I do know I've been hearing a lot of things, a lot of whispers in my ear, because he just put it on me as if he was whispering in my ear. So there's somebody here on the earth plane that can connect to this gentleman with the name of George, connection to the Yorkshire Moors, and loves to go walking, all right? As I look at the card, the number 56, I am going to say it's as if I've run away from most things in my life. I've had a really bad past, okay? Lots and lots of stuff went on, past text, and I've come a hell of a long way, but it's as if I'm running away and I don't want the responsibility of something, okay? So I'm trying to get out the way of something. And that's how I feel as I look at the card. Um, I don't believe I'm a coward. I believe it's just easier to walk away and leave things as opposed to stand up and fight and battle for them. I believe the way I feel with a card, it's as if to say, well, I've done this before. I've got the t-shirt. I don't need the hassle, so I'm just going to walk away and leave it. But I do feel that connection and that pull back to York or Yorkshire, the Yorkshire Dales. That's where I want to be, up on the Yorkshire Moors. That's a feeling I get, and that's what I look at when I see and I feel on the card, okay? So lots and lots of heartache, past text, and not the best of beginnings in life. As I look at that, that's how I feel, okay? So I've come a long way, and I am going on my own little journey, and I am going to be moving forward. That's how I feel, okay? Whether I've left loads of rubbish behind me or not, that's irrespective. It's like, what's the saying? The trees, you can see past the trees now, or past the woods, whatever they call it. I can't even get it out right. I'll put it in another term I can see clearly now. The rain has gone. Yeah. But yeah, I've come a long way to where I was. And there's a lot of travelling there in and around this person here on the earth plane, and there's lots of changes there as well, okay? But I feel as though there's either a house move here or a change of location. So whether it's something I've always wanted to do was to move to I want to be out in the wilderness. That's the only way I can describe it. I want to be out in the wilderness because that's where I feel as though I get the most calm and the most enjoyment from. So that is there, okay? It is there. So there's lots of travelling there. But yeah, but whether I'm going to go and live on a farm or build my own little house on the little house on the prairie, that's what I was going to say to you there. But that's where I want to be, out in the wilderness where there's no noise, no hustle or bustle, and that's where I want to be because that's where I find my own peace of mind. Okay. Um, I believe in life in general as well, where things have just been repeating themselves, going round in a circle, and it's been a little bit stagnant. Okay. Um, so there's big changes there, big moves, and there's only you can do it. So keep ploughing ahead, my love. Keep ploughing ahead because they're there in the offing. And then change is definitely there. Right, yo, folks, let's go again. Um, oh, right, want to do. My reel seems to have stopped here, so I'm waiting for some feedback to come back to me. So while I'm doing that, you push your numbers up again, and we'll go one more, my loves. There we go. It's moving. Debbie, you said yes, but we yes ages ago. God. Right. Wait a minute. I'm looking for Jean. I'm looking for Jean, Spirit Side of Life. So if anybody can understand Jean, Spirit Side of Life, just the name that's come in there. Everything seems to have gone really, really quiet at my end. I'm looking to see who can take. Right, yo, folks. So Jean, I've got Jean, Spirit Side of Life. I know I have. And I know she was only a small lady as well. She's only a small lady is Jean. And I've got a Newcastle connection there as well. She tells me she had lots and lots of ailments, lots and lots of problems before she passed Spirit Side of Life. There was multiple things going on with this lady. But she tells me she battled it through. She battled it through. She didn't give up easily because she was old school, she tells me. Absolutely old school. And she also tells me as well, and she makes me aware that somebody here on the earth plane has been having a lot of underlying health issues as well. And in light of what's going on, not getting sorted and leaving it, that's what she brings forward. So that's what I'm going to mention. She talks about as well where I've got a scar here, and I believe whether I had a heart bypass or she talks about where there's a heart bypass, and I've got a scar running down my leg where they would have took a vein. That's how I feel. But that's what she shows me. So if that makes sense to anybody, where Jean connects, give us a double yes down the bottom where she talks about this heart bypass and taking a vein. I'm also going to say as well, please, and I'm not going to do it anyway, but she tells me she could sing. She tells me she could sing. She had a canny little voice on her. Um, and I'm trying to think of the song. I know the song that she's singing, but I don't know who sings it. And you think she'd just tell me, wouldn't you? But she's not. But it's a song of Blue Velvet. I don't know who sung it, but that's what she's singing. That's what I can hear. So around that era, that time, but she tells me she could sing. She was always singing, always humming, singing along, she tells me. But she talks about this bypass. She keeps bringing it in. And I don't know whether it was with her or somebody here on the earth plane, but I feel as though I do want to hear on the earth plane. I feel as though I still get the odd problem or the odd twinge still. Okay, so she sends that love, she sends that healing down. She talks about the state of my hair. She's saying her hair would never have got to this length, so she would have liked to keep her hair right, but she makes reference to somebody here on the earth plane. Have I froze? Has anybody else froze, or is it just me? I think I'm all right at my end. I can't see myself freezing, so. But she does bring in, I've lost me, right. She talks about her hair. She's saying she would never let her hair get to this length, higher hazel. And she talks about where there's somebody here on the earth plane where their hair needs doing and it needs sorting out. And stop messing about, just get it done, okay? But she's saying she always would have had a hairnet on, but she looked after herself. That's what she tells me, and that's what I have to bring forward. Right. She makes reference to the September month, but she also talks about where there's somebody here on the earth plane has either been trying to read palms, or reading the cards. Somebody else is on the earth plane does this, and it's what she tells me. Right, I need the name of Jack as well, but I want Jack's spirit side of life. But I'm also aware, right, we'll come back to that one in a minute. Right, so she talks about where the cards and the palmistry and reading tea leaves as well. That is here on the earth plane. She makes reference to that. She, I can see you saying it's you. So the number I was looking for was the number 21. And there's the card. Okay, number 21. And this is where I make reference to all my aches, my pains, my joints, everything. Okay, so I've got lots and lots of health issues going on here in the earth plane, and this is where I talk about where the heart bypass is still playing me up because it's on the card as well as what this lady brings forward. But that's what she makes reference to. Okay, so I am going to say there's lots of healing from spirit side of life here, coming down here on the earth plane. But she talks about as well where it's self-care as well. You've got to start looking after yourself, physically start looking after yourself, because you don't. It's as if you're neglecting yourself, and being a martyr to the cause. That's what I'm going to say. And where the number 21 is as well, I'm aware there's a young lad, spirit side of life, who would have been around that age as well when he passed spirit side of life. I'm aware of that energy. So if anybody can understand that, who've already said yes to me, give me a yes down the bottom, or two yeses will do. But I have problems with my knee area, going right up to my hip. So whether I'm getting a hip replacement or there's talks about a hip replacement, that's there on that card there. Okay. Debbie, you're saying yes, yes to the young lad spirit side of life, but I feel as though he'd be around that age, around the age 21. And I don't know whether he was 21 when he passed or he's just grown to the age of 21, but that's how he presents. He tells me, whether it was accidental death. That's what he puts in my mind there. If that makes sense, give me three yeses to the accidental death. Because if it's not, I'm not with you, my love. But I need three yeses to confirm it first before I go any further forward. Where the card relates and the hip, I believe there's an operation and you're off in here. And it's going to be sooner as opposed to later, because I need that sorting out and it will get done. Recent accident. Tracy, you're saying yes. Nana needs hip replacement. You're going, yes, Shell, for the death. Accidental death, yeah. Thank you. The 3 yeses will do me fine. So this lad, he tells me it was accidental death. So I can take that on a numerous things. So whether it was drug related or accident, um, your stepmom's having a hip done. I feel as though I've had some sort of collision with this young lad. So whether I fell and I broke the odd bone or there's bones broken, that's how I feel. And again, if I'm wrong with this, I don't mind being wrong, but that's a feeling he puts on me. I feel as though I had a few bones that weren't, I don't know. Right, if you can understand this lad who passed accidentally, whether it was abuse, but I've got broken bones as well, okay? And that's how I feel. So whether it's my right kneecap, that's how I feel. If that makes sense, give us 3 yeses down the bottom, will you, folks? Because I can't take myself any further until I know I'm on the right thing here. Right, Shall, you're saying 3 yeses there. It was quite sudden. Right. It was quite sudden. That's how I feel. It was quite sudden. So I don't know whether I fell off something and broke my bones, but this is where I'm going with the accidental bit. My knee is absolutely killing me as he brings her in. But I have to say, whether somebody here on the airplane's just been talking about him recently, and they were just inquiring about him. I have to tell you, he was there when you've just been talking about him, and I want this within the last 2 to 3 days where you've been talking about him. Now, I know your name's Shell there, but he talks about shellfish. So whether he would have called you like, I don't know, whether he likes shellfish, but he brings shellfish in. But as I'm saying that, I feel as though I need to say selfish. Somebody here on the earth plane has been really, really selfish at the moment, okay? Oh, I don't know. We've got a few yeses here. His mum reads the cards, Julie. Right. So, would the name Tony or Anthony mean anything to you? Because that's the name that's just been given. Now, I'm not saying it's his name, but that's the name that's just been given to me there. So that's the name I'm going to mention. All right. And I'm also going to say as well, I'm doing some sort of memorial for him. I'm putting loads of stuff together. So whether I've done a time capsule or something similar to that, Anthony was his dad, right? And yes to Tony, right? Thank you. I put something together. There's a time capsule or something I've been putting together and I've been adding to it. I've kept loads of stuff and I'm doing something special for him. And I want it around Christmas time because he makes reference to the Christmas time. Okay, he makes reference to that. But I'm also going to say to you as well, please, where the ashes would be in a locket or something in a locket, because that's what he brings forward. That's what he wants me to mention. I have to mention that. Whether there's ashes in the locket or something to do with the locket with his face in it. There's something there to do with, or a piece of jewellery. There's something going on there with that, okay? So I have to mention that. I'm also going to say to you folks, he's absolutely fine spirit side of life. He talks about where Christmas time would have been the best time ever. And I have to mention, I have to raise my glass tears and talk about Jack Daniels. So whether that was East Tipple or somebody likes Jack or the surname of Daniels as well, I have to mention that as well to you. But he's absolutely lovely looking lad. He could have been a fool to himself at times, he tells me, but there's somebody here on the earth plane who's been a bit foolish as well. Okay, so whether he's got a brother here who needs to step up and behave themselves because he makes reference to an older or a younger lad still here on the earth plane, but I know he's connected to him. And he says they have to take responsibility for their own actions and stop blaming everybody else around them. And that's what he makes me aware of, and that's what he wants me to make reference to. So if that makes sense to you, my love, please take it on board, take it away with you. I need the name of Luke as well. He mentions Luke. I have to mention Luke. So whether Luke's a friend, but they're here on the earth plane, not spirit side of life, I have to mention the name of Luke as well, okay? Take this, young lad's love, and just know that spirit do come in and around you, and he is okay, spirit side of life. And I'm going to leave all of his love with you. I want to say God bless you, and thank you very much for acknowledging him. That was your last reading for tonight. We will be back on Wednesday to do it all again, hopefully, God willing. Depends on how tired I am. If I'm all right, I will be here. But like I said, take yourselves over on my page and have a look at that video I posted and see if you can debunk anything on there from that shadow. But like I said, thank you very much for joining me. I keep going empty-headed again. And we'll do it all again on Wednesday. But don't forget to keep liking and sharing. Leave your comments on my page, whether you like it or whether you hate it. Either way, it doesn't matter as long as you put the comment on there. So we shall see you all again on Wednesday. So thank you very much for joining.